Hello everyone, welcome to episode 1. Today I'll be talking about my reflections of 2024. So I think this one is gonna be quite a journey one myself, and I'm actually really looking forward to it, just so that in the future, or even when I have kids myself, and it's really nice to just hear back on this and think back about how far I've come. I think we tend to forget about how capable we are in achieving things until when you look back, you realize like, hey, wow, I did all that. And that's just amazing. When you're in the moment, it's so hard for you to give credits to yourself and to tell yourself that you're doing great. So much external noise around you. You just get so overwhelmed that instead of being the best friend that you should be for yourself, giving so much love to yourself, you tend to be the most critical person. And probably in my cases, I was the biggest enemy and the biggest critic to myself. But yeah, hey, I'm still learning. I'm still work in progress, and that's something that I'm working myself, and I am committed to being better, just being gentler to how I treat myself, because I'm like so nice to everyone else except myself. But yeah, let's just get back to the purpose of today's episode. So, reflections of 2024. There's a few things I can think of. I think the first one that I'm really proud of myself and is that I've managed to pass my exams while working. And I would like to say and really give myself more credits for that, because I'm also living abroad myself, and that's very difficult. I think listeners out there, if you are in the same boat as I am, it's not easy. It really isn't. It gets better. You tend to get used to it, I would say, but I think that will always have that loneliness feeling if your support system isn't that great. Like for my case, it isn't great, and it's on my bucket list actually to build a healthier relationship with myself and also build my social network. It's something I'm really proud of, because I'm actually studying towards an ACCA qualification myself under my company's sponsorship, and having to work a 9 to 5 job and go to college on some days, it's really tiring. It's not easy. And also to add, in 2024, I had a period where I needed to resit an exam that I unfortunately did not pass by 2 marks. If I want to complain about it, by 2 marks. But yeah, that life is that is what it is. So I'm really proud of myself for that. And I would move on to the second point. So in 2024, I found love, and I also experienced loss. It's a very beautiful feeling. It was my first time being in love, and he was my everything. Some people are in your life for a season, and it was sad that we had to say goodbye so soon, but I still think that it was for the better. I wish him the best. He'll always have a special place in my heart, and I feel because of what I've experienced, there was so much lessons that I learned, so much reflections that I've done, that I feel there's so much I need to work on myself. And it's not in a critical way, it's more like in just to be a better version of myself. And that's why I also started this podcast, just to encourage people to be a better you themselves. And this just is part of me, like, reflecting. And if there's any lessons or takeaways that you can get from my episodes, it means a lot to me to know that you might feel the same way, or someone you love might feel the same way, and we are, it helps you to not feel like you're alone on this journey. But yeah, so with that, it got me thinking, right? Like, in terms of support system, I when I was in that relationship, he was the only support system I had. And the point I was trying to make here is that I don't blame him. I think instead is I blame myself, because it's my responsibility to be in charge of my own happiness, and it's only I that can make myself happy. He supports me, right? He supports me in what I do, but it's only you that can make yourself happy. And that's because you need to love yourself, to be content with what you have, and that person will add value to your life. I think before the breakup, I was so codependent on him. Like, it's probably my first relationship too. And then I would always put all my happiness on him, and like validations also. I'll feel happy based on the validations that I feel from him. And it was so unhealthy, and it's all in my head. But yeah, no, it had to happen. And I'm here today and is such a stronger person because I had to be independent again and just try to build myself again. The next big one that I'm really proud of myself is that was a period where I did not perform really well at work, and as a result, I unfortunately could not meet the expectations of my seniors, and one of the biggest dips in my life. And I think that snowballed into even my personal life, if I'm being honest. However, I took that as a lesson instead, and I'm so proud. And can I just say, I'm really grateful to my ex-partner because he's been such a strong supporter in this, and I couldn't thank him more. But obviously, I thank myself the most because I was able to get through all that and just pick myself up. It was very difficult. It's easy to say now because you're looking back, but when I think through those moments again, I was really in a tough position, and just, that self-confidence dip and just trying to find yourself was especially hard. But we made through that, and I think what helped me go through it is reflecting, and just not being very harsh on myself. So the next bit is moving houses. So I used to stay with a family, and over time I felt I just preferred my own space. And also, living with a family, is different from living with a friend. So I started moving house, and all that happened after one of my exams. It was more difficult because I was going through a period of healing. I was so used to having someone there with me to support me in a lot of things, but I had to do it all myself. And that's why I give credit to myself, because navigating the other half year towards the end of 2024 was a self-discovery period for me. I've learned that I'm so capable in a lot of things, and I can do it all of myself. I'm not saying that I don't like the idea of having someone to help me with things. It's great. Don't get me wrong. I think everyone loves that. But it's really interesting to see that we women are so capable to do a lot of things alone. And I think we don't give ourselves more credits for that. We don't necessarily are always the damsel in distress. We are really strong. The women I've seen growing up, they're strong. They're tough. Don't mess with them. And that inspires me. And I really want to be that type of person to someone younger one day. Just give them hope and inspire them to know that they're just amazing as they are. So, well, what else? I think, unfortunately, my 2024 isn't as fun and rosy like a lot of people. I see on social media that a lot of people went traveling, and wow. Oh, actually, I did. Oh, what am I talking about? So yeah, I think another bit that I have is I went solo traveling also. Oh God. It might be because I was going through a quite tough time romantically, and that just slipped my mind. But yeah, I enjoyed my solo trip. It was my second round. The first one I went was in Edinburgh in October 2023, and then I wanted to challenge myself again last year. So I love flowers, so I booked myself a trip to Amsterdam, and during spring. if I'm being honest, I think because I did a solo trip once already. Doing this solo trip the other time, it was lonely. The initial plan was to do it with friends, like a girls trip, but unfortunately my friends couldn't make it and we cancelled it last minute. And I know I love flowers more than anything. I just can't give that up. So I was like, if no one's doing it with me, I can still do it alone. And with that mindset, I went on that trip. But it was the first ever international trip and my first time riding a plane myself and going to the airport myself. I think this deserves another episode if you guys agree. I'm more than happy to talk about my solo trips experience. I think I want to challenge myself to another one and a further country. I don't know. Should I do Italy this summer? Or maybe I'm thinking of like Japan or Korea. This is another episode because we need to think about the safety thing as a goal. That's my biggest concern and my priority. But yeah, thinking back, my 2024 isn't that boring. There's a lot of drama. Joking. Yeah, but obviously it's definitely not a straight line. It's not linear. It's definitely a lot of up and down hills as life it is, and everyone agrees on this. More than anything, I want to say, and I want my listeners out there to hear this, is that despite everything that has happened to me in 2024, I am grateful. I am very, very grateful, and I do not complain. I do not regret anything in 2024 or even the years before that. My whole life, I have no regrets because I am grateful instead. Those experiences and whatever I went through, it had to happen. It was God's plans, and I'm very religious myself. I'm Muslim, and I believed that everything happens for a reason. And whoever you meet, whoever you cross paths with, there is a reason why. And I'm grateful because those experiences brought lessons, and those lessons make me who I am today. So the person that's speaking to you today, I wouldn't have started this podcast, maybe, if I did not go through such a turning point in my life. I'm so grateful today because I found my passion in podcasting, and I really hope my listeners can see it when hearing this and my future episodes. I also started journaling, but this one is, I leave it to another episode, and that's what I want to discuss about my bucket list for 2025. Yeah, the main thing to sum everything up and also to wrap 2024 nicely is gratitude. If you can take away something from today's episode, I want it to be gratitude. And I want to give you a challenge today. Can you do me a favor and take out a paper, a pen, write down the list of things that you are proud of yourself in 2024 and you are grateful for. When you see that list, I can just tell you this, I know for a fact, you're going to be so proud of yourself for how far you've come, because you will see how much you've achieved. And I hope they were lessons instead of regrets. And can you also do me another favor to thank those people around you who has helped you throughout 2024 in that journey? I feel like we are so caught up with life. Life is just so fast. Every day we are stuck with work, sleepless nights, school, or even personal things ourselves that just gets up in our head, and we forget to thank ourselves and also the ones around us. And the last thing I want because of that is to spend this night or this day, can you please just give yourself a hug? Because if you've not done it already in 2024, I'm so angry at you. I'm not happy. I think the first person you need to thank and also give so much love and say that you love is yourself. And I hope that you do that from today onwards. please, 2025 is your year, and I'm sure you'll do great as you always do. With love, this is Patricia again. Thank you for joining in, and I hope you have the best day ever. Bye!